Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have a meal prep that took me less than an hour. It is super easy, so let's get into the video. The first thing we're going to make are some wings. So I'm going to put these into the oven, but before I do so, I'm going to go ahead and dry them off really well with a paper towel. These were frozen, so I had let them thaw out. So now I'm just getting, all that extra moisture off of there. I feel like this makes for a crispier wing. Now that they're all patted dry, I'm going to put these into a 425-degree oven for 1 hour, and I'm just going to leave them alone. Just going to toss them in there for an hour. I don't put anything on them at this point. This just allows it to get nice and crispy. While my wings are in the oven, I'm going to start with one of my lunches, which is going to be a chicken and veggie freezer pack. So these are going to go into the freezer, and they can stay there until it's time to make your lunch or dinner. This will make a really good dinner as well. Right now I'm just making up the marinade. So I put some olive oil in there. I'm adding in some salt, also adding in some pepper, shaking in there a little bit of Italian seasoning, and then also some paprika, onion powder, and garlic powder. And also going to shake a few red pepper flakes in there. I'm going to add in some red wine vinegar, and then we're going to whisk it up. So I'm going to go ahead and set that aside, and we're going to start chopping up our veggies. My veggies of choice for this are going to be some bell peppers, some zucchini, and some red onion, and also some broccoli. So I'm going to go ahead and get my peppers and all my veggies chopped up. So if you guys are new here, I want to welcome you to my channel. I do meal prep videos every single week. I did take a few weeks off while in this quarantine thing we have going on, but I needed to get back on track, and one of the ways that I always get back on track is by doing meal prep videos. So if you're not subscribed, I hope you will take a moment to do so and consider doing it and becoming part of our little YouTube family here. Also, I do have an Instagram page that I try to be active on as much as I can, mostly during the weekdays versus the weekends, but I do try to post different recipes on there, just some positivity and any promotions that I know that are going on that you guys might want to take advantage of, but I try to be very active on Instagram. And then also I have a Facebook group, so if you want to be part of that Facebook group, then I would welcome you to do so. I would love it if you were. I will have the Facebook group name here across the screen. So I'm just going to continue chopping up all my veggies and then move on to the next step. Now that all the veggies are in the bowl, I'm going to go ahead and give it a good toss. My broccoli was frozen, and so I had let it thaw out. So I'm just going to go ahead and toss that in there and just get all that marinade all nice and incorporated all over the veggies. And then we're going to move on to our chicken. I'm using chicken tenders for mine. You can use whatever kind of chicken you want. I am just cutting them up into bite-sized pieces. I'm going to go ahead and toss them into the bowl with the chicken. And once I have, or with the veggies, I should say. And once the chicken is all diced up, I'm going to go ahead and toss it in there with the veggies so they all get all nice and incorporated. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to put these into some Ziploc bags. Now this bowl is enough for 4 servings, like 4 single servings. So you could put these into individual like quart-size bags. I didn't have any quart-size bags, so I thought I'd just split it up into 2 servings, and then that way I could have it for a lunch one day and maybe a dinner another day with leftovers. Either way, you could, this, like I said, this makes 4 servings either way. So I'm going to go ahead and just split these up in half as close as I can get, and these are going to go into the freezer just like this, and these can last in there for several months if you wanted to, but this will be really easy. Just pull them out the day you want to make them, and you make them in the skillet, or you can go ahead and throw them in the oven. My next thing I want to make is going to be some ground beef that I'm going to be using for some cheeseburger wraps. So I just have a pound of ground beef here. I'm going to go ahead and add in some spices to it. So I have some salt that I'm putting in first, and then also some pepper, of course. Next thing I'm going to add in is 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, a tablespoon of sugar-free ketchup, some onion powder, garlic powder, and then some minced onion, and of course red pepper flakes, because I think I put red pepper flakes in every single recipe that I make where I feel like it makes a little sense. But when don't red pepper flakes make sense? I don't know. I just like the spiciness. You don't have to add that in there. Another thing the original recipe called for was a tablespoon of grated Parmesan. I forgot to put that in there. So that would be a good addition as well. So just keep that in mind. I will put a picture here on the screen of what these cheeseburger wraps will look like when I put them all together. I'm just prepping just the meat part of it. So don't those look absolutely amazing? I cannot wait to make these. Stay tuned for like my what I ate videos that I do during the week, and you can see how mine come out. They probably won't come out looking that perfect, but they're going to be yummy. I can already tell. The wings are done. So this was actually that little crispy stuff on top is because I did put them on the broiler, under the broiler for 3 minutes, and then that way they get a little bit crispier. But these are all done. I'm going to go ahead and let them cool before we move on to the next step. So in the meantime, we're going to work on some dip. Erin over at Erin Does the Keto made this amazing palmetto dip not too long ago. I will have it linked above and also down below. So go check out her video. So I'm not going to worry about telling you everything that goes into it and the measurements, because you can go check out her video for that. But it has some cream cheese and some mayo in here. And then I'm also going to add in 2 different kinds of cheeses. I have some Monterey Jack and also some Colby Jack. I'm just using up cheeses that I have already in my refrigerator, and so I'm going to go ahead and put those in there. And then the part that I'm doing differently than what she did in hers is I'm adding in this red hot ranch dip seasoning mix. You guys, this stuff is so good. Now I will tell you right now that it came out really super spicy and maybe almost a little bit too salty, so I actually ended up adding in another little box of cream cheese in there just to kind of make it like a double serving, because I put in way too much ranch seasoning mix. So if you do this my way, I would only put in like half that packet of either ranch seasoning if you're just using the regular, or if you want to pick up this spicy kind, I would go ahead and do only half the package, because it came out, like I said, super spicy. But once I added in a little bit more, once I doubled the recipe, it came out a lot better. It just incorporated it a lot more. And believe me, I will eat every bit of this dip. It is so good. So go check out her video, and I will eat this with pork rinds. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and finish up the wings. So in a bowl here, I have a half of a cup of butter that I have melted. I'm adding to that a 1/4 cup of the Frank's Red Hot hot sauce. I'm going to go ahead and stir that up really well. And because this seems to be a ranch buffalo theme in today's video, I'm adding in a packet of ranch seasoning mix. If you guys don't like the ranch seasoning mix because of the dextrose that is in it, you can make your own ranch seasonings, which I normally do, but I just wanted to make this a super easy meal prep for me and for anybody watching. So I will link down below a recipe that I use for my own ranch seasonings. Like I said, I just didn't feel like getting them all out. I wanted this to be just super, super easy this week. So just mix it all around. That's what it looks like. And then I put my wings in a Ziploc bag, so it'd be easier to get everything all incorporated. Just going to pour that sauce over top of those, and then just give it a really good, mix here to make sure that every single wing is coated with all that yummy buffalo ranch sauce. Look at those. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to go ahead and store these in a glass container. I got these glass containers. I get questions about them all the time. These came from Costco like years ago. They have a snap lid. They had lasted forever. Every once in a while I do see them at Costco. But look at these wings. These look so good. So I definitely will be heating these up and having these for lunch, probably dipping them in either blue cheese dressing or ranch dressing, whichever one that I feel like for the day. So my wings are all done. And wasn't that super easy? That was so easy. So meal prep is done. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video, and let me know down below what you guys are meal prepping. Give this video a thumbs up if you like meal prep videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.